Hello, my name is Michael C. Hyatt. I'm the director, and I also wrote Look Behind You.
Hi, and my name is Shane Montgomery Schmidt. I produced and kind of collaborated a little bit with the writing. I offered just kind of thoughts and
Story consultant.
Story consultant, I guess. I don't know.
He was crucial to the writing process, that's for sure.
We can go with that. But today, we are going to be taking a look at Look Behind You and offering some of our own commentary and thoughts on it as we watch it.
Yeah.
So, here we go. Such a sexy logo.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me so happy.
All right. This is the lease to our new house that Clara still needs to sign. This is it.
I really
Your
like
name next
just
to mine, my name next to yours.
the feeling at the beginning part was just supposed to be happy and vibrant.
Yeah.
I just really enjoy it. It makes me smile every time I watch it.
I know, and I really, Garrett and Sophie. I mean, we went to school with them, so like we know what they're capable of doing as far as the work of their acting. But I just love working with them.
They're really. It was really good to work with them. They both took direction very well. It was awesome giving them notes. Just to see how they adapted it and brought the script to life.
Yeah, they're just good friends too. Spooky, scary.
Nice fade.
I do what I can.
You know, I trust you. I'm
Yeah.
believing you.
Well, once upon a time, we were going to change that title, and then we never did.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked. It did work. It accomplished what it needed to.
I wasn't upset about it. Now, this scene is interesting
Yes.
because it was about 4 times the length that it is.
Our first cut of this was 25 minutes.
It was. But watching Garrett think was really interesting.
Yeah.
We had him working through, we had him put this whole thing together, editing it and, finding everything to put into it. But it's just too long.
Yeah.
He was interested.
Well,
you can only watch someone think for
yeah.
so long.
Well, and this was something I was actually, because when I was on set last night, I had this thought last night. We come from primarily stage
Yeah, we
work.
do.
And so in stage work, there's a lot more breath. There's a lot more space. There's a lot more, or at least it can be more appropriate
Yeah.
then. Whereas this effect, the sound.
The sound was way too loud. It was, I was disappointed. I realized I didn't balance it right afterwards, but
No, but again, like with coming from theater, I mean, we direct in a way that allows so much more space to happen.
yeah, we do.
Then
We
it's probably
definitely do.
appropriate for film, which is I thought that was something very interesting.
I'm just showing that visual.
So that represents
So
me.
pretty
I know. I love the blue.
in the back.
Yeah, well, and
The
just
left.
and Sophie's shirt and just how it pops.
Yeah.
It's just
Just
Yeah,
really-
Patrick did a really nice job in the coloring.
You using it
Yeah.
to get more views. Can you change it or take it down?
But I'm.
I like that moment.
I know.
Just that back and forth.
Oh shit moment.
Yeah.
Him
I can see it.
deciding which direction to go in.
Yeah.
Just so blatantly obvious.
Well, it's so funny because it's so funny to watch this now
Thanks, sweetie.
because I just think of how much all the time we put into this, like all the work we did. And originally, we thought it was going to be less than 10 minutes long.
Which I don't know where we got that idea.
I don't
from,
know either. I don't know at what point in the process that we thought a 13-page script was going to be less than 10 minutes.
Yeah. But and also visualizing it, I think I saw it moving
A lot
faster.
faster. Yeah.
But which that to me was something I really took away from this process was,
Crazy.
how
No, I was thinking.
how things work in my head versus how they actually end up
yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
But even just with the horror, like when the mask appears, for instance, at the end of the scene.
Yeah, originally. Well, it's not in this scene now, but originally it was.
Originally, and we ended up cutting it, which the
Yeah.
shot didn't really work anyway, so
Right.
it was for the best. And this moment, this
Ended up-
fade,
ended up.
and the giggle,
it's so
it's
cute.
so good, and it really communicates what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
But it was interesting writing Monster, that kind of was my worst nightmare anyway in regards to just something that creeps up behind you. I hate things that are behind me.
Well, and you just don't do
Like,
horror well anyway. Like horror is
I'm
a genre.
scared very easily.
Yeah, it's not your which
So writing this, I'd be like, oh, this, like, I feel like this is really good because I'm freaking myself out.
right.
But then how that translated to seeing it was very different. So it was really good. It was really good to see what in my writing worked and what didn't.
Right, and well, I thought what was funny about this too, I mean, going back to the whole horror genre not being your favorite, not necessarily not being your favorite genre, just being a genre that you just scare easily.
Yeah.
When we first started planning for this project, right?
Sorry. Oh, I still like it though. I like it.
when we first started planning for this project, I mean, I was gonna write the horror piece,
Right.
and then we were talking horror ideas, and you came up with an idea that you really, really liked and felt really strongly about, and it was Look Behind You, and we just were like, yeah, let's go for it, let's do it. And it sounds like I mean, ultimately projects, and this is going into just another thing, and this is such a generalized statement, but projects I think that you're passionate about are so important because it shows through in your work, and I think you can
at least some moments.
yeah, well, like in this one, I mean, we set ourselves up in a way that didn't allow us to do the best work possible. We gave ourselves a really short production period. We gave ourselves a really short post-production period.
Yeah, and even the pre-production period was arguably rushed.
And so
I think it's funny though you mentioned that we were deciding, because you were originally going to do it, and
Right.
then I had this idea, and then we ended up going with my idea. In part, we decided for a couple reasons, but because it was going to be easier.
Yeah,
to do.
that's fair. I forgot about that.
Which, it was still a nightmare. I mean, we I think we didn't sleep for like 3.
Post-production.
Well, there were 4 days where we got very limited hours of sleep.
Yeah, like 2 to 4.
And honestly, this whole process, like finishing the script, production, and post-production, so like a 3-week period, I was like 4 hours a night.
Yeah,
Which it was a little rough.
yeah, it was definitely some sleepless nights. I mean, we gave ourselves a very short time to do it, and I'm very happy. Like Patrick, his work on the cinematography came through in such a huge way. I think personally the acting work of Garrett and Sophie came through in a huge way.
Yeah, they came prepared. They were professional. It was really good to work with them.
Yeah,
and like I said, they took notes well. So. And for me, because I had written it, I kind of knew the directing moments that I wanted to work out, so I was able to heighten those pretty quickly. And I think it worked out in that way. The production process, I had so much fun on the production process.
I really enjoyed the post-production process as well. As little sleep as we got. I mean, there was moments there where I'm like, we aren't sleeping right now, but this. That's not okay.
I mean, it still affects me. Like, and that's the other thing too. I noticed. Speaking about the post-production process, I got so desensitized to the mask. At times that I was like, I don't know if this is scary. Well, let's see. And then also sound, which we didn't do until that was the last thing that we worked on. And it definitely added a lot. There's some balancing things that we could have worked on, but we also don't know, as far as from a technical standpoint, we haven't done a lot of sound work.
Right.
So balancing is something that we're aiming to do better on in the future, and
in
sound in all of our videos, have better sound quality. And balance it better.
Yeah, it's something we're working towards a lot. I mean, we come from as filmmakers, we come from the most untraditional.
We're actors.
We're actors. We're stage actors. This is
yeah.
where we come from, and we just were doing short films and stuff during school. There's the two of us, and we really. I mean, after school, we started. I know.
Sorry,
that's
I love
my
that
favorite
line.
line. I don't give a shit.
It's so good. We just really like.
And
There's
hand,
just those things.
The hand too is so awesome.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, but we come from such an untraditional background. I speak for myself. I can't speak for you too. But after school, having to audition for things that not necessarily you wanted to do, the work. I mean, again, it goes back to the whole passionate project thing. If you're not passionate about something, it's going to show through in your work. And there was a lot of shows, and there's a lot of things I was submitting to and auditioning for that I just did not care for. I just did not. And I think it showed through in my auditions, and I think it showed through in even when I did work on some of those projects, it showed through in some of my work, and that's what I love about what we're doing now. Is this is all work that we are passionate about. This is all work that we are just pushing through and developing ourselves.
No, I took it down.
I'm so, I guess, I don't know, I'm proud of us in a way that we've come to a place where we're grabbing groups of people and shooting a 16-minute short film in a weekend. I just, it makes me so happy that we're continuing to do the work that we want to do.
Definitely.
I love this.
Oh, this moment. This is one of my favorite moments
mine
coming
too.
up right
There.
The fuck
here.
were you thinking?
Yep.
That's what I like. Just good acting. Actually, this I think we did in one take. Well, maybe two, but I don't know if we were rolling for the first one. And the second one, we rolled it, and it just was great. And
And fun fact,
I've worked so hard to get this kind of
I
fucking
was
response.
directly to the right of him during this
yeah,
one, right?
in
I was-
full get up with
yep,
the mask.
in full
Shane
mask.
was the mask. By
Oh
the way.
yeah, and
we didn't bring that up.
No, not at all.
So
Which-
doing a little cock work there with
Yeah.
the mask and everything.
Yeah, well, and it was funny because Emily, the actress I was working with last night, was talking about. She was like, I don't remember anything from acting tonight. Like she was so into character that there were bits and pieces that she just kind of forgot. And like it's a very emotional piece that we did last night, and so she just couldn't remember that. But I felt the same way about this, like being in the mask and being in the full getup. I don't remember a lot of it, but I don't know if that's because I was so into character or just because every sense of mine was completely deafened, like could not hear, could not see, could not breathe. Like it was the most uncomfortable costume in the world. And I just don't remember much from it.
Yeah. It worked out.
It doesn't. I don't even I look at that and I don't even think it's me though. That's the funny part.
Well, that's good though.
Is it?
I think I'll say yes.
Yes. I do. I love this moment.
This is when it gets. I think we definitely got the intensity here. I mean, obviously with just the actor,
Yeah.
you get the intensity, but this is one moment I feel like the sound and everything kind of came together to really build to this climactic moment. And then this shot where he just keeps growing is...
Well, and that was something we came up with the night of.
Yeah,
Like,
that was...
Yeah.
And honestly, inspired, which this piece, it was in part inspired by the Babadook, just in...
Right.
We were trying to come up with horror that meant something, or like, we were trying to use horror to kind of talk about something else.
Yeah,
or
horror
like,
for greater meaning.
express something else.
Instead of just being like, jump scare, jump scare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which we really don't have a lot of jump scares. I mean, I guess we jump to parts where the mask is suddenly there, but to me
It's not really a jump scare, though.
Yeah, it's more of a thriller. It's more
it's
suspense.
more thriller, suspenseful,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and it's so interesting because there's been people who have seen the short film and they've contacted me and they're like, guys, do you hate YouTube? Like, what's going on? Like, how much
We
truth
don't
in this?
hate
Yeah,
YouTube.
not at all.
It was funny. No, it's just kind of interesting. And honestly, I've been watching more vloggers lately, so that kind of came out of it.
Yeah.
But-
Casey Neistat is
it's
huge right now.
Which is interesting because I was watching this and I was like Casey Neistat sort of influenced like how I thought about like how I was writing Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I mean they're completely different, so I don't know
Right.
exactly if I should say that. But then it was interesting because I was looking up videos of like, what am I thinking of? Clickbait. And it was a Casey Neistat video that popped up of like this trip that they went on, and the thumbnail was literally of his. I don't.
His now wife.
His now wife. Are they actually married?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, his now wife. Who and she was like naked and covering her breast with her hand or something like that, and it was just like, this is interesting because like I'm married,
right?
And I would not want to have a photo of my wife up like that, but it's just interesting, I think.
Right. I mean, it doesn't. I don't think it says anything about him or his character.
Yeah,
but
that's not what I'm trying to say.
What
at all.
did you end up watching the video?
Yeah, and it was all about like, hey, look at all these photographs from like our trip, and she was there. I mean, she was like commenting like.
Okay.
They were talking about
good.
it. It wasn't like, hey, look at all these secret photographs of my wife.
Yeah.
But it was just interesting to me. Obviously, she was okay with it, so it was fine. And I'm not saying that it was inappropriate. But again, if, you know.
Yeah. As long as, I mean, yeah, again, that comes down to a thing. As long as everyone's okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is such a huge thing on YouTube with clickbait.
Corridor Digital just posted something about how people were like talked about how addressed it in one of their vlogs, how people were getting upset with some of their thumbnails. They thought they were being too clickbaity and brought it up, which I didn't even notice. But
can we talk about how in this scene we cut out so much dialogue at the end?
We did cut out a lot of and a lot of space, which again, I think that goes to show the difference between us as stage actors versus film actors, because stage
directors,
experience, stage directors versus film directors, because in the room it worked, on stage it would have been amazing, but
when we came
it
back
was
to
way
it in
too
post,
long. It was just way too long. And again, we're talking about, you know, maybe if it's a feature-length film, it would be different too, as opposed to 16-minute. You know, we still have to keep it quick, to keep things moving quickly.
Right.
We also had to cut out one of my favorite shots.
Yeah, which was such a bummer.
Yeah,
that's the worst part of film, is when you get those amazing moments, those amazing shots, and then in post-production you're like, it just doesn't serve the story.
It just doesn't work. It doesn't, you know, takes up too much time. It cuts weird with everything else.
Yeah.
And
I think something we should probably do at the end of this video is release the alternative ending.
Yeah, we probably should. We'll we'll add that on to the end. It was a long weekend of editing. Let's just say that. Also, Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake did a sketch.
Of
you should check that out first.
Yeah, that was kind of our theme for the weekend.
It'll put you in the our mindset as we were working.
Yeah. So any final thoughts that you have for this project, as a director, as a writer, any words of wisdom you want to leave with the audience?
I don't know. I guess my biggest takeaway from this is I'm just glad that we're doing it. I learned so much from this process as a writer, as a director, just as a filmmaker. You know, just doing it, I learned so much, and I think that's the best way to learn. And, you know, obviously we're coming at it from our own background, our own experience, but it's just so invaluable, you know, as you know, we could have done different things with this project. You know, we could have spent more time in the post-production and you know, maybe done some stuff better here and there, but at the end of the day, like, I'm just happy that we did it. I'm happy that we're working towards it. We're actually producing something, getting it out there, and I hope that people will give us feedback, because we acknowledge that we're still learning a lot. We still have a lot to learn. I mean, we're very young in regards to script writing and directing for film.
Yeah,
our experience is stage work. We are stage actors, but we've always had a passion for making films. We've always been making short films, and honestly, I mean, I don't think that I won't be doing any stage work ever again.
Nope,
you know,
it's done. It's gone forever.
Never again. But I really, you know, we really want to get into writing and directing film, and that's what we're doing, and just learning a lot. And
I think we found there to be more opportunities. Well, I don't even necessarily know. I don't know. I was going to say, I feel like we found more opportunities to do film work that we wanted to do, but I don't even know if necessarily that's true. I think
we just have more control over it, and that's what we like about it. Is we don't have to worry about, I'm auditioning for this and trying to get cast in this. Like, we're just doing the things that are exciting and interesting to us, trying to make the stories that we want to make.
And I will say, we live an hour and a half away from each other still. Like, we're in the Chicago area. I'm in Chicago, and you're about an hour and a half south, and so that also, I mean, again, that goes back to the whole control thing. This allows us to do the work from far away, develop work far away from each other without having to be in the room and acting off of one another and such.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. Well, guys, I think we'll wrap that up here.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for, I hope if you like what we're doing, you like and subscribe. But yeah, any comments you have, any, criticism or, critiques that you think would be positive and could help us out, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're just trying to grow. We're trying to get better at this and learn and keep growing and keep moving forward.
Yeah. Keep moving forward. Keep on working on it. That's my bit of that's my bit of parting words. Keep on working on it.
Nice.
Thanks, guys, for listening. We really
so
appreciate
much.
all of your support, and I do want to say thank you to everyone who worked on this project.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
Our
too.
actor, Garrett, lives in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It took him about 3.5 hours to get here. 2.5.
2.5, 3.
2.5, 3 hours to drive to us without pay. And so he worked with us. He gave us everything. He was awesome. Sophie, thank you. This was her house.
Yeah.
So thank you again. All of our crew. There's so many people, but Jason, Patrick,
Jake, Maria. Alex, who's Shane's roommate, good friend of both of ours.
Just came in and helped for a couple hours, which was huge.
Yeah.
So thank you guys to all of that. I mean, there's so much of this that just goes unseen, and just want to make sure everyone gets.
My beautiful wife.
Yeah. Oh,
Abigail.
yeah. Of course, your
She's
beautiful
the best
wife, line producer in the biz. Yeah.
Especially never doing it before.
Yeah. No, she was amazing.
Normally, she's just trying to save people's lives.
Yeah, doing that nursing thing.
Yeah.
All right, but again, thank you guys for watching. We couldn't do this without your support, and we're gonna keep on doing it.
Solid.